E aí pessoal, Loba na área, trazendo pra vocês mais uma parte da Raid. Vamos falar adeus para Orzammar, nunca mais eu volto aqui. E nós vamos então começar a quest dos elfos para finalmente nós seguirmos pro resto do jogo. Mas antes da gente seguir, vamos conversar aqui com a Shade.
It has occurred to me that I have been... Excuse me. This is not easy. It occurs to me that I have been less than charitable with it since it reanimated me.
Você tem boas razões, eu acho.
I have come to realize that it has been good to me. You have been good to me, even though you had no control rod to enforce obedience. I have never had one before, so I don't know how to thank you for being, you know...
Amigo?
Exactly so. I followed you expecting to find answers to my questions, but I think I have found something better.
Ah, minha Deus, eu fico honrada por você, Shade.
Oh, let us not speak of this awkward bonding moment ever again. To the road.
Essa aí realmente tem espírito de anã. Opa, e aí, Alfarada? Tudo
Stop
bom?
right there, outsider. The Dalish have camped in this spot. I suggest you go elsewhere, and quickly.
Na verdade, eu estava procurando pelos Valélfos, ou Dalishes.
I find that hard to believe. What business could we Dalish possibly have with a group like yours?
Deixa eu me apresentar aqui. Eu sou uma guardiã cinzenta e eu quero falar com o teu líder.
A Grey Warden?
Aham.
How do I know you're telling the truth?
Muitas pessoas saem por aí fingindo ser guardiões cinzentos.
No, that's true. Perhaps I shall let the Keeper decide for himself.
É isso aí.
In the camp, I suggest you keep your hands to yourself, and remember that our arrows are still trained on you. Follow me.
Tá bom, senhora. Não se preocupe. Ouviu, Zefra? Oi, moço.
I see we have guests.
Aham. E um cachorro. Não se esqueça do cachorro.
And a hound amongst them. As if we haven't had enough problems with such creatures. Who are these strangers, Mithra? I have precious little patience and less time to spend on outsiders today.
This one claims to be a Grey Warden and wishes to speak with the clan. I thought it best to leave the decision to you.
That was wise of you. Masirinus, Mithra, you may return to your post.
Manuvinen, Keeper.
Now, allow me to introduce myself. I am Zafrian, the keeper of this clan, its guide and preserver of our ancient lore. And you are?
Ainda bem que você, apesar de ser um elfo careca, não se chama Solas. Então, o meu nome é Aloba, prazer em conhecê-lo.
Manners. From a Shemlin. Interesting. What might be your mission here? Have you come to spread news of the Blight? I had already sensed the corruption spreading in the south. The existence of the Blight is not news to me. I would have taken the clan north by now, had we the ability to move. Sadly, as you can see, we do not.
Yes, it seems like you've had your own troubles. What are the odds?
I imagine you are here regarding the treaty we signed centuries ago. Unfortunately, we may not be able to live up to the promise we made. This will require some explanation. Please, follow me.
Como assim, Solas do Shopee? Como assim? O que tá acontecendo?
The clan came to the Brazilian forest 1 month ago, as is our custom when we enter this part of Ferelden. We are always wary of the dangers in the forest, but we did not expect the werewolves would be lying in wait for us. They ambushed us, and though we drove the beasts back, much damage was done. Many of our warriors lie dying as we speak. Even with all our magic and healing skill, we will eventually be forced to slay our brethren to prevent them from becoming beasts. The Blight's evil must be stopped, but we are in no position to uphold our obligations. I am truly sorry.
Pera aí, senhor. Você falou que tem lobisomens nesse lugar. Lobisomens? What? Lobisomens? Lobisomens de verdade na floresta?
There was a time in Ferelden's history when werebeasts roamed the lands in great numbers. Spirits possessed animals and turned them into horrific monsters. The humans warred against and destroyed these creatures. No doubt their tales of those days grow ever more inaccurate. The werebeasts are not all gone from this land, and the ones that stalk the Brazilian forests are proof of this.
E por que essas florestas atacaram vocês?
They are savage and unrelenting. They need no reason to attack anyone. What is curious, however, is the ambush. We expect werewolves to be no more cunning than a rabid wolf. The ambush suggests a level of intelligence we've never seen before.
Entendi. Não há como ajudar os seus homens?
The affliction is a curse that runs rampant in their blood, bringing great agony and then ultimately either death or a transformation into something monstrous. The only thing that could help them must come from the source of the curse itself. And that would be no trivial task to retrieve.
Ah, tudo bem, eu não sou uma pessoa trivial, então dá pra gente fazer coisas não triviais.
Within the Brazilian forest dwells a great wolf. We call him Witherfang. It was within him that the curse originated, and through his blood that it has been spread. If he is killed and his heart brought to me, perhaps I could destroy the curse. But this task has proven too dangerous for us. I sent some hunters into the forest a week ago, but they have not returned. I cannot risk any more of my clan.
Não se preocupa, cara. A loba vai te ajudar a se livrar desses malditos lobos que não fazem parte de nossa matilha. Não se preocupe. Eu encontrarei esse presa seca para você. Não se preocupe. Dou uns sopapos nele também.
I must warn you that more than werewolves lurk in the Brazilian forest. It has a history full of carnage and murder, you see. Where there is so much death, the veil separating the spirit realm from our own becomes thin, allowing spirits to possess things, living or dead. But if you can indeed help, then I wish you luck.
Ah, não se preocupe, isso aí depois a Inquisição resolve. Ah, então eu tenho umas perguntas para você.
Make them quick, if you please. I have much to do here. My apprentice Lanaya or Sayrel, the clan's storyteller, could provide you with answers just as easily.
Tá, e como eu encontro o presa seca? Você tem algum conselho?
Watch for the white wolves. They are his eyes and ears in the forest.
Ah, sim. Me fale mais sobre essa maldição que atinge os caçadores.
There is not much to say. It stemmed originally from Witherfang, but now any werewolf may infect someone with it.
Então, se o lobisomem morder, eu ficarei infectado? Ou um lobo pode infectar uma loba?
It is possible, but not guaranteed. The only way to protect against the curse is not to be
Ah,
bitten.
não diga. Sério que pra evitar a maldição é só não ser mordido? Ah, como eu não pensei nisso antes, solas do Shopee. E como você sabe que foi infectado pela maldição?
You will know within a matter of days. You will begin to sweat and vomit, and most tellingly, your temper will become wild and uncontrollable. If that happens to you, you should seek out Witherfang even more swiftly. Your mission at that point will be rather personal.
Quando essa maldição começou?
That is a long tale I do not have time to tell. Ask Sayrel about it if you wish.
Ah, tá bom, vou perguntar pra essa pessoa aí. Então, os lobisomens de todos os lugares originários por você? Que eu acho que não, mas né, vai que.
No. The ones from this forest, however, do.
Ah tá, ok, obrigado, senhor.
Go on then.
Só vou, tchau.
I must return to caring for my people. Creator's speed on your way.
Tá bom, solas do Shopee. Esse aqui pelo menos não quer falar muita coisa, né? Não quer contar, ele quer ficar na dele. Tudo bem, a gente aceita. E aí, Laiana? E você?
Underanitation, Grey Warden. My name is Lanaya. I am Zapian's first, what you might call an apprentice, perhaps. I've been studying under the Keeper all my life. I am a bit curious of the outside world. Do you mind if I ask you a question or two?
Mas claro, pode falar aí. Quiser, vai em frente.
I hear the human cities are very large. Thousands upon thousands of souls, all packed together. The long years of reflection have allowed me to come to...
Ó, senhora, até que é verdade, só que assim, nessa época, não temos muita higiene, então é meio fedidinho o lugar. Então continue na floresta que é mais seguro, sabe? Sim, algumas são maiores do que os olhos conseguem enxergar, inclusive.
How very loud that must be with everyone talking all at once.
Ih, mulher,
I
te
try to
conto.
imagine those of our people living in such a place, surrounded by walls of stone and indifference. It is a difficult thought.
Continua aqui que faz muito bem pra vocês, tá? Não se junta com essa gentalha aí não, tá? Não é uma vida fácil pra eles, isso é verdade. Falou a pessoa que não, né, é humana. Ah, não, mas eles, eu não. É porque eu vivi na torre, é.
I suppose you have met many of my kind in your travels. My heart goes out to them. It is said that one day we will have a land of our own. We Dalish gather the ancient wisdom in preparation for this. When that day comes, all elves, even those who have forgotten, will reclaim their former glory. I have a question, if it's not too impolite to ask. Do your people regret what they did to ours?
Ih, senhor, olha. Ó, primeiro vamos conversar com a primeira parte que você falou dos elfos estarem juntando. Eu sinto assim, ó, um cheirinho do futuro, não sei, quem sabe vocês consigam isso. Alguns de nós sim, nem todos os humanos são iguais, infelizmente, porque tem sempre uns escrotos aí, mas é tipo nós aqui, esse, né, esse genocídio com os elfos, né?
I see. That is difficult for our people to accept. Even if only some were in favor of what was done to us, the rest did nothing to stop it. A poet once wrote of them, before the fall of the Dales. Like dragons they fly, glory upon wings. Like dragons, they savage, fearsome, pretty things. But you don't need me to quote poetry to you. Forgive me. Perhaps you have some questions of your own.
As poesias são bonitas, senhora, mas aquela Helena pode ficar um pouco enciumada, né? Me fale mais sobre você, senhora.
I'm hardly anyone special, I assure you. If I seem different from the rest of my clan, it's only because I was born amongst humans. I came to the Dalish at a very young age, but I've always retained my curiosity about the world I came from.
Aí, senhora, é um lugar fedido, feio, cheio de gente horrível, continua aqui nos elfos. E por que os Valélfos são tão hostis assim com os outros?
They have reason. Since the days of Arlathan, my people have been either subjugated or homeless.
Ah, e o que é esse tal de Arlathan que você mencionou?
It was our ancestral home, long ago when the humans first came to these lands. We were free then, and immortal. We did not know how to deal with the humans, and in the end, they turned their power against us and destroyed Arlathan. Our ancestors were enslaved, and our culture lost forever.
Ih, senhora, eu sinto que em algum lugar do mundo, tipo... alguma coisa do tipo também aconteceu. Mas Arlathan ainda existe?
Not to my knowledge. According to the old tales, the human mages sank Arlathan into the ground, crushing it beneath the rock.
Mas os elfos eventualmente foram libertados, certo?
Yes, after a millennium of slavery, Andraste herself freed our people. She who was your maker's chosen.
Ah, e a Arlathan não revidou?
The Tevinter Imperium was a force to be reckoned with. It was ruled by mages with powerful blood magic. Though Arlathan fought, they lost.
E os elfos eram imortais na ocasião?
They died, but not of an aged body as other races do. Not until the humans came. According to the legends, association with humans caused us to quicken. Our blood sped, and we began to age. So we avoided them naturally. And then we were enslaved by them for 1,000 years. And in so doing, we all were quickened permanently and our immortality destroyed. Or so the old tales say.
Estresse, senhora, estresse. Esse é o nome, tá? É estresse. Talvez estresse pós-traumático também. Mas você poderia obter sua expectativa de vida de volta, não?
In time and with seclusion. We Dalish have lengthy lifespans, and they will get longer. Zathrian himself has lived many centuries, though that is unusual even for us.
Olha só. E pode-se ver que vocês guardam rancor dos humanos.
Shemlin call them, quick children. I suppose it takes a certain arrogance to look upon another people as children, no? Perhaps we should be more heedful of our own role in Arlathan's loss. Even so, it was a bitter lesson to learn. One we are not grateful for.
Eu pensei que a tua casa chamasse Vales.
That was our second homeland. Our first was the great city of Arlathan. The Dales came when they were freed from enslavement. Elves everywhere journeyed hundreds and thousands of miles to the Dales, eager to start their lives anew. They called it the Long Walk. They reached the Dales and made it their own. and one day it was taken from us too, and you wonder why we are hostile.
Por que vocês são hostis? E não tem como ficar do lado bom do seu clã?
It requires an individual to prove he is not the outsider we have come to expect. Your own task to help our clan is certainly a step in the right direction.
Ah, tá, mas assim, só pra dizer assim, eu não sou responsável por ter sido feito aos elfos, tá? Eu tô de boa, inclusive, o elfo que eu estou seguindo é um dos melhores exemplos, mas...
Aren't you? You're human, and to many of them, you represent the humiliations our people have suffered for generations. You may not have been personally responsible, but such feelings are not easily overruled by logic or fairness.
Senhora, calma. Eu tenho um elfo que pode dizer ao contrário aquilo que, né? Ele pode falar, não, porque ela aqui poupou minha vida, ela não ficou com preconceitos com elfos, ela é uma pessoa de mente aberta. Mas é o Zefran. Eu acho que ele não é o melhor caminho pra gente estar conversando sobre isso, né? Bem, você não é hostil, senhora.
True, but I come from your world. The clan is all many Dalish have ever known. They fear outsiders. Perhaps this may change one day, but I believe the humans would have to take the first steps, if they are capable.
Ih, senhora, vocês vão ter que ficar esperando sentada, hein? Então, e como você encontrou os Valélfos se você era tão jovem?
My parents were servants to a human merchant whose caravans plied the southern routes. One day, bandits killed him, and my parents both. I was the only survivor, just a young girl, and the bandits took me. I was their servant for several years.
Meu Deus, sinto muito de ter sido terrível.
It was, though long years of reflection have allowed me to come to terms with it, to put them in perspective. I can only imagine what would have happened had the clan not saved me from them. I owe them my life for that, and more.
Você disse que os Valélfos te resgataram dos bandidos?
The bandits killed a scout when the clan passed near their camp. When the clan discovered him, Zathrian came looking for his killers. He followed their tracks for almost a month, and when he finally caught up to us, he fell on the bandits like a terror. No one could stop him. I sat there, and I watched him attack them in a blur, and I reveled in every blow. When he saw me, the fury in his eyes turned to pity. He took me back to the clan, and I've been here ever since.
E você não tinha nenhuma família pra procurar?
It's possible I might have had some, maybe many. Zathrian offered to take me back, but I had no idea where I was from, and I wanted to stay with the man who rescued me. The clan is my family. Any others out there? It's best they believe that little girl died with her parents. For now, the clan is all I need. My old world could not have offered me all this, and the knowledge of a keeper as well. Perhaps one day, when I am keeper, I might inquire out of curiosity. I'm not sure what lies down that road except pain, however.
E como você se tornou uma protetora?
I am not a keeper. I am
tá.
Zathrian's first. Though because I was not born into the clan, becoming his first was very difficult. We Dalish have old traditions.
Fala bem.
The clans come from the ranks of the nobility that once ruled the Dales, you see. The keepers of those old clans have the strongest and purest blood that reaches back to the days of Arlathan. I had to compete against the other candidates for first, to be better than them in everything, simply because I was not of the old blood.
Ah, pelo amor de Deus, não comece a ser igual aos anões, não. Não aprenda isso com os anões. Já não basta eles com aquele negócio de casta, pelo amor de Deus. E eles te ressentem pelo seu sucesso?
No. Zathrian told me that time would take away their prejudices, and it did. They became used to me. The clan has placed great trust in me. One day, I will lead them and be the one who secures our future.
E o que o protetor faz exatamente?
A keeper is, first and foremost, the leader of the clan. He decides where we go and when we shall move. He's also responsible for knowing the clan's ancient lore and passing it on to the others in the clan. Without a keeper, the clan's knowledge is lost forever. So the clan protects him like no other.
E o que você pode falar do Zathrian?
Nothing that you could not ask Zathrian himself. He is the keeper of this clan and has been for a very long time. He is also a very good man who has lost much. The Dalish are everything to him, and he would do anything to protect them.
Pelo amor de Deus, o cara não quer falar comigo, moça. Ele tem muito mais pra fazer nesse lugar do que falar comigo, senhora. Então o que ele perdeu?
He lost his family a very long time ago. I don't know the story, but I understand the circumstances were horrific.
Ok.
As you wish. Darth Shirel.
Dalish. É isso aí. O que ela falou? Senhor, o que ela falou? Meu Deus do céu. Nossa, o que tem isso aqui atrás?
Please leave that be. If you have need of equipment, I am sure Master Verathorn can help you.
Tá bom, então. Pode perguntar o que tem aí dentro?
What is the point? It is none of your business, so please, leave it be.
Como assim, senhora? Liliana, vamos voltar aqui à noite e quero ver eles reclamarem disso. Mas é isso aí, pessoal. Vou ficando por aqui por hoje. Espero que vocês tenham gostado desse vídeo e também de conhecer um pouquinho dos elfos. Vou ficando por aqui. Não se esqueça de deixar seu like, se inscreva no canal e ative o sininho para não perder mais nenhum vídeo como esse. Continue assistindo aos vídeos que estão aparecendo aqui nessa tela. Muito obrigada pela presença, muito obrigada pela audiência.